Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our first activity. Here's the breaking news. Yes, a woman in Minnesota lost part of her vision and inadvertently put her entire household at risk of mercury poisoning. Most likely from using beauty products containing high levels of toxic chemical, according to a case report shared exclusively with CNN. The report shared by Dr. Erin Badrop with the Ministry of Poison Control System details the extensive symptoms experienced by the woman. Also, a mother and how home visit conducted by the Ministry of Pollution Control Agency found high levels of mercury in her children's bedrooms, bedding, household towels, and all the area. People have no idea. Badrop, a fellow in a medical toxicology who examined the woman in her home, no one intentionally wants to hurt themselves or their family members, but it is out there and you can't see it, you can't smell it. There is no way to know whether mercury is in the creams or not because it is not on the levels. The woman, whose name has been concealed in the report to protect her identity, was referred to Badrop's team after she reported an array of symptoms to multiple doctors, ranging from insomnia and leg pain to muscle weakness, fatigue, and eventually the loss of her peripheral vision. Clinical tests revealed elevated levels of mercury in her blood and urine. Badrov explained that the most common symptoms she sees from potential mercury poisoning is tingling or numbness in a patient's hands or feet. She described the woman's loss of vision as a more extreme and permanent symptom. She will not recover her vision, Badrov told to the reporter. So being a young woman that now has vision loss is really frightening and pretty concerning. The toxicologist added that there are likely to be many more people out there who are being exposed to toxic level of mercury and are not showing symptoms, or at least not yet. Following the referral, Badrop and MPCA visited the woman's house twice about a year. On the past visit, she showed the team's skin whitening products from abroad but said she was no longer using them. The agency found the amount of mercury in two of those products to be several thousands times higher than the permitted levels of 1 part per million, that is called ppm. In cosmetics, an urine test revealed high levels of mercury in her body, 23 mcg per liter. But mercury was not noted as an ingredient on the products, according to the team. At the time, the agency did not consider the levels of mercury in her home to be concerned, but over the course of a year, the mother had increasingly elevated levels of mercury in her body, the case report states. A second home visit in 2022 found that two newly beauty products the woman had bought at a local market, one of which was not labeled as skin whitening but it is known to be used for this, also contained high levels of mercury. The products found in her home were empty from use, but the MPCA team visited and tested new unopened versions of the same product, finding extremely high levels of mercury of 11,000 and 18,000 ppm. There are limited outlets for availability and we have no reason or evidence to believe there would be any difference in the products, said John Dixon's toxics reduction specialist at the MPCA, who tested the woman's home and has conducted 3 visits to the homes of people using skin whitening creams in recent years. New urine tests confirmed that the mercury level in her body had risen to 46.6 micrograms per liter, more than 9 times the level considered normal, 5 micrograms per liter, and certain areas in her home now also contain elevated levels of mercury, putting her family at risk. Background mercury levels below 200 nanograms per cubic meter are not considered a concern, Clixon explained, but the children's bedrooms recorded levels of up to 400 nanogram per MQ and their towels read up to 600 mg per MQ, according to the case report. Levels of up to 300 mg per MQ were found in the washing machine, where mercury likely accumulated as clothes worn by the mother were laundered. It turned contaminating other clothing and materials that go into the machine. Urine test on one of her children found that they now had elevated levels of mercury in their body, albeit much lower than their mother at 6.98 micrograms per liter. Behind the report for Sakti.